My name is Star, I'm your friendly neighborhood go-go dancer, and today I am going to talk about the biggest misconceptions about go-go dancers. I've selected a few that are the biggest ones and the ones that I see the most often, and also the ones that I feel like have the biggest negative consequences to the fact that they exist. Without further ado, let's get into it. Biggest misconception number 1, we are not strippers. The difference between go-go dancers and strippers is essentially how much clothing we wear. Strippers take off up to everything. Go-go dancers usually have to keep genitals and nipples covered. Another big difference is that strippers often give private dances. Go-go dancers do not give private dances. Oftentimes the clubs that go-go dancers are at are not designed to be strip clubs. When you go to a strip club, the whole point of that club is to see the strippers. When you go to a club with go-go dancers, the point of it is to go to a club, have some drinks, maybe dance, not going there to see go-go dancers. Not that the fact that the go-go dancers are there are any less important, but it is just important to see the difference between the two of those things. Some people do get a little bit more offended when people don't understand the difference. I respect the people that don't want to be mixed up with strippers, and that's why I'm making this in this little section of this video. I personally don't care that someone might mistake me for a stripper. I do care more so when I'm talking with friends that are close with me and know what I do. If they just say that I'm a stripper, I feel a little bit offended by that because there is definitely a difference. Big misconception number 2. We make a lot less money than you may think. I'm sure you've seen and heard stories of go-go dancers coming home with like $200, $300, $500 a night in cash. And yes, we do make a lot of money, a couple $100s every night, but the difference is we can only work up to 2 nights a week, sometimes even less than that, because if you think about it, if you're going to a club, you're probably not going to that club Sunday night through Thursday night. That's not really a common thing, so most of the time go-go dancers are only employed Fridays and Saturday nights. And so because of the lack of hours, we're not making as much money. And that amount of money is not sustainable in the long term, at least in my experience. I have to work a second job, and pretty much everyone else that I work with works a second job or is going to school. It's not serious long-term bill-paying money. Biggest misconception number 3, we don't need to be saved. I think a lot of people think that we're all like single moms struggling to put food on the table for our kids, or we're kids who ran away from home from our parents. For whatever reason, this narrative came about where people thought that go-go dancers were hired like this. Sob, cry, I don't know what to do. I'm just a vulnerable person on the street and doesn't have any money and would love for somebody to fully take advantage of this situation.
Hey there. Do you want to make some money?
Yes?
Oh, I got an opportunity for you, little miss.
Oh, thank you so very much, Mr. Stranger that I've never met before and fully trust.
Oh yes, you could definitely trust me. Come with me, yes.
That's not how it works. You look at a posting that they need dancers, you go in, you have an interview. It is not you getting picked up off the street by some sketchy man who just wants to exploit you. And it really frustrates me that that narrative is so widespread for whatever reason. It's really frustrating that people think that I don't have autonomy over my own career choices. If I didn't feel comfortable doing this work, I would have left this job a long time ago. Not to say that those single mothers don't exist that do this job, but I do want to acknowledge that most likely that single mom really loves doing this and is actively choosing to do this every single time. Okay. Misconception number 4 is that we're mostly self-taught. Probably out of like the 10 people that work where I work, out of those 10, I want to say only 2 of them are somewhat professionally trained. But for the most part, we just learn as we go. We just get better with time. I feel like it's something that I wanted to bring up because there's a lot of people out there who hesitate getting into this type of work because they feel that they're not good enough to do it. But in reality, most of us are just regular people, and I don't want the lack of professional training to discourage someone from going and trying to do something that they really want to do. So misconception number 5, and this kind of relates to misconception number 3, is that there are men and non-binary people that also work in this industry. I think a lot of people assume that this is just women, except for the occasional Magic Mike representation in media. But there are a lot of men and non-binary people in this industry. I feel like they don't get represented enough. I feel like they're really important, and I feel like people really like them too. What I would like to see is more men that don't necessarily look perfect among women. You don't have to look like a perfect, skinny, tall, blonde, white model in order to be a performer. You can be someone of color, you can be overweight, you can be older. And I wish that would start to happen amongst male performers. Okay, misconception number 6. We don't want to sleep with you. This one makes me a little bit angry. I've had enough experiences of men, women, couples asking me what I'm doing later. And it's not just me, it's everyone that I work with have had this experience, and I just want to say, we don't want to sleep with you for a multitude of reasons. 1, we are exhausted after doing this. Have you ever worked out for 3 hours straight, just sweating in heels at 2 a.m.? I'm tired. I want to go sleep. I want to eat a pizza. I don't want to be more physically active. Wow, I just spit everywhere. Second reason is that a lot of us are in committed relationships. And third reason that we don't want to sleep with you is that some of us don't enjoy having sex. Some of us identify as asexual. Some of us are celibate. I feel like it should be accepted that you can be sexual without wanting to have sex. Misconception number 7. Yes, 7. We don't hate each other. Apparently people think that go-go dancers hate each other, and I can understand where it comes from. You know, we're all working for tips, and like maybe one person steals another person who's giving them tips.
Oh my god, Jessica, you took my regular this week. Oh my god, Sarah, you're such a bitch. Oh my god, fair. I earned those regulars. All your regulars fucking hate you. Get off my back.
You girls are all just a bunch of bitches to each other. Why can't you all get along, and why do you have to be so catty to each other?
Rachel, get the fuck out
Rachel,
of
why
here.
you took me off the motherfucking schedule with your trifling ass, dirty white,
Rachel,
racist ass
Rachel,
bitch,
Rachel,
oompa loompa body ass bitch.
And that's not how it works. At least where I work, we have a very diverse group of people. We all look different, and we all will cater to different audiences. The audience that I draw in might not be the same as what Gay Twink Boy will draw in. The audience that Gay Twink Boy draws in is not going to be the same as alternative girl with blue hair and like 17 piercings. We all draw in different crowds. We're not necessarily stealing money from each other because of that. And essentially there's no drama backstage either. Hey, can I borrow some deodorant? Sorry, I don't have any. Oh, don't worry, that's okay. It's not helpful for us to be catty and petty towards each other. So, did you guys learn anything from this? Was there anything that surprised you? Is there anything that I missed? No. Do you guys like these rant videos? I have another rant video where I talk about the best and worst customer interactions that I'll link somewhere. I did want to say, after this video is up, my uploads are going to be a little more far and few between. I started working my second job again, which is taking up a lot of my time. Hopefully, I'll see you sooner rather than later. Thanks Thanks for watching. Hope you have a great day. See you later. Bye.